For cheap gold, items and other boosts for Diablo 4, visit aoeah.com. Check out the link in the description, you get 3% off with the code ARIAD. Hello and welcome everybody. In the last campfire stream, some important things were revealed about the class changes we can expect with the next patch. So this is about the balancing. Blizzard wants to avoid builds from being too overpowered in the long run, because otherwise players will feel like they have to play that one OP build for a class to be competitive. Kind of like what happened with the Ball Lightning Sorceress this season. Other sorcerers have hardly been seen, apart from a few Firewall mages in PvP. A better balance should be achieved with some buffs, but also nerfs and bug fixes. Let's take a look at the buffs first. The Barbarian's charge skill should do a lot more damage in the future, and could possibly even become OP. We might be crazy, a Blizzard speaker commented this change, so I am very excited. Key passive skills that are used less often will get a buff, e.g. Walking Arsenal. And also the shouts will be balanced in relation to the other skills. Currently they are almost a must-have for most Barb builds. This may change now, it should still be an option to use multiple shouts in the skill bar, but it should not feel like a duty. However, this could ultimately mean that some previous builds will lose a bit of power, but that won't hurt too bad at all. For the mage class, critical strikes from Lightning Spear will also make enemies vulnerable, some legendary Paragon nodes will be buffed, and the Meteor skill will also get a big push forward, including a new unique item. The Starfall Coronet turns Meteor into a cooldown skill with quite a short cooldown time and grants additional Meteor strikes, so that a much larger area is attacked overall. The preview in the stream looked very impressive. So far, we've hardly seen any builds that have used Meteor, maybe that will change soon. With the Rogue, some rarely used skills and skill upgrades will be strengthened. Especially ranged fighters are affected by many updates. The unique bows Windforce, Eaglehorn and Skyhunter will also be reconfigured. The druids will see some changes in their spirit boons, especially those that are rarely used of course. Rabies will get a buff and a new aspect, and the Lightning Storm skill will also become much more attractive, again including a new unique item. In this case, it's a pair of gloves that provides lots of additional lightning strikes and damage boost. The Necromancer's golems have been adjusted, and party members can now move unhindered through bone prisons, so no more disadvantage in group play. Bone Spirit is also being improved, and the corresponding aspect has been redesigned. Instead of increased damage depending on the flight range, there is now increased critical strike chance and also some additional essence, which indirectly increases the damage as well. Now let's see the nerfs and bug fixes. The enhanced Ball Lightning simply deals too much damage, so it will be scaled down. As we know, the Rogue has an unintended interaction between T-Ball's will and the combo points. Due to a bug, the plus 18 maximum resource is also added to the maximum combo points. This bug will disappear. There is also another unintended interaction between Twisting Blades and Poison Imbuement that causes excessive damage. With the Druid we have the Blurred Beast aspect, which has been causing very high damage since Season 1. Some will remember the Shrednado build, which is great for boss killing. But also here, it was no intention that the damage stacks so high due to the aspect. And Violent Hammer of the Ancient also has a bug that always triggers the bonus damage. All these bugs will be fixed, so several OP builds will lose their might. Also, overpower damage is generally too strong and will be scaled down. Within my current builds, the Ball Lightning Sorceress and the Hota Whirlwind Barb will lose a lot of damage. Without the Vampiric Power Metamorphosis, the Ball Lightning Sorceress won't be able to generate mana by T-Balls and evade, and evading with Oculus doesn't work as well anymore, since Oculus makes you teleport randomly. Metamorphosis had overridden this effect before. My two favorites, Double Swing Barb and Firewall Sorceress, will still be strong. I've already tested them extensively in off-season. They also work very good without the vampiric powers, and the released changes don't really hurt them so far. My Rand Barb should also work, so I will finally complete a guide for him. Builds that could be very strong for Season 3 in my opinion are Meteor Mages, possibly even a mix with Firewall or Fireball, Lightning Storm Druids, Bone Spirit Necros, and also maybe ranged combat rogues. I'm already looking forward to see the new unique bows, a lot will depend on them. In PvP, the new Rabies Druid could also turn out to be an underdog, we will see in practice. With the Barbarians, I'm still counting on my double swing and rend builds, and if the new charge attack is such as strong as they say, it might become a new must-have skill. But Hota fans shouldn't give up their barbs yet. Let's wait and see how all the nerfs and buffs will work overall. You also have to admit that the overpowered Hota builds really were too strong last season. Lilith, World Bosses and Duriel were degraded to ridiculous one-hit victims. So I can understand the nerfs, but I don't think Hota will become unplayable. It also was strong before we saw those overpowered builds. Tonight we will see any further changes in the patch notes. If I find some important details that you absolutely need to know, there will be an additional short clip. I'll say goodbye for today, take care and may the loot be with you.
Follow me. Thanks. Goodbye.